Hi, my name's Simon, and this is the design document for my event planner program. So this will be used for tracking, say, meetings, assignments, just anything. It could be used by plenty of different people. It's pretty simple. So first of all, the user has to log in or register to actually use the program. Once they've logged in or registered, they'll be presented with a menu with three choices. They can add event, view events, or edit an event. Each of these will affect the database, be it just adding to the database, viewing what's in it, or deleting events or updating them within it. So yeah, next up is the class diagram. The first thing to note is the user class here has two bidirectional one-to-one associations, meaning that it can go either way between, for example, user and register or user and login. Next up is the main UI. The main UI represents the menu the user will see when they've logged in. It has operations, which in turn will call the controller, which will affect the model objects being event and the DAO. The DAO stands for data access object, and in this diagram is the database, which is where the data is stored. One thing to note is the controller links to both the DAO and the event classes. So it can just go straight to the database and query it for just like select statements or to update it. Right, so next I'm going to show you the sequence diagrams. So as we can see here, there's three use cases. So I'm going to show you the three sequence diagrams, although edit event is divided into two, alter event and delete event. So first up is the add event sequence diagram. So the user calls that event, and they input the details of the new event, being the name of this event. It could be anything from workout, meeting, assignment due. Then they can put the date in, they can add a description, and they can put even the time that it's due in it. It then validates these details. So it checks, say, the user didn't put in the 32nd of a month, because that's not going to be a valid date. And then if it's valid, it'll insert the data into the database. And then it'll return the result, hopefully successful. Next up is the view events sequence diagram. So when the user calls view events, it then queries the database, and it'll then return a list of all the events currently listed in the database to the screen for the user to see. Okay, so the final use case is the edit event use case. So upon choosing this option, the user will be given a choice between changing an event, like altering a current event, or deleting one, completely removing it from the database. So if they choose change event, it'll go to the database and it'll fetch the data and return it to the user. The user can then edit and put in the new data they wish. Then it'll insert it into the database and it'll return successful if it works, which hopefully it will. And then finally, the deleting event. This is where the user has chosen to delete an event from the database. So it'll jump into the database and find the location, then return the location to the program. Then, assuming the user has confirmed they want to actually delete the event from the database, it'll then remove the data and it'll return whether or not it was successful to the user. So they know if it's been properly removed or if it's just still there. Okay, so I think that's just about everything. So thanks very much for listening.